This video gives you guidance on techniques you could use when completing your answers to help maximise your marks. Remember that we recommend completing question 1 first. For each requirement, you should revisit the relevant exhibits as you complete your answer. You should use the spreadsheet functionality for all calculations in the exam. It's important that your calculations are laid out in a logical way and are clearly labelled so they're as easy to mark as possible. So do add appropriate headings and text rather than just figures, but keep everything concise. It's vital that you reference your calculations in your main reports, and clearly labelling your spreadsheet will enable you to do this effectively. In AAA, calculations themselves carry minimal marks, for example, half a mark for a ratio, and you will only get credit if they are appropriately used and discussed in your answer. Now we'll move on to how to complete your written answers. Most important of all is using subheadings within your answer. These subheadings should, as a minimum, reflect the individual core requirements that you've already identified. Subheadings will also help you organise, structure and prioritise your points, and the use of short paragraphs that explain your point and the implications will help space out your written answers effectively. Keep your formatting simple. Bold for titles is enough. You don't need to add underlining or italics. All of this helps the marker understand the points you're making and increases the chances of you gaining marks. Your answer plan will evolve into your final answer as your points are expanded, so your plan may not exist after your answer is complete. In the strategic professional exams, while you are of course creating professional answers, you shouldn't waste excessive time on spelling and grammar checks. And note, there is no autocorrect or spell check available in the exam environment. However, do spend time going back to the requirement frequently to make sure you're actually answering the question that has been set. Aside from the use of the spreadsheet and word processor, try to manage your workspace effectively. Don't have too many windows open at once. They'll clutter your screen and could make it harder to focus. Remember that if you've carried out your planning effectively, you'll have the main points from the exhibits already in the word processor, so there's no need to keep exhibit windows open all the time. After completing your answer to question 1, decide quickly which question to attempt next. You may wish to look briefly again at the requirements for each one to help you decide. Regardless of question order, ensure that you allocate sufficient time for each. The same general approach can be applied here, copying requirements, noting key points from exhibits, creating an outline answer with additional subheadings, and then expanding points into your final answer. Section B questions often include specific references to exhibits. For example, here in question 2B, using the schedule of uncorrected misstatements. So ensure you follow the signposting that is provided. At the end of the exam, use any remaining buffer time to read through your answers, ensuring they're clear and well organised, and making any necessary changes. And finally, remember, practicing answering questions to time in the exam environment and then debriefing your answers thoroughly is absolutely critical to exam success. Good luck!